It's a common sense recap of the big stories. It's Katz and Cosby on 77 WABC.
We missed him. Bill O'Reilly is back.
Yay, Bill, mega best-selling author and, of course, host of Common Sense with Bill O'Reilly.
I just got his new book by FedEx.
Yeah, and his book is coming out, John, on his birthday, right? Am I right, Bill?
Yeah, but we don't want to publicize that, Rita. It's a week from today.
I'll auction it off at the birthday party.
And I'm 84 years old, full of Botox, and we're looking forward to the release of the book. So I'm staring at the WABC radio ratings for August right now as I'm talking to you. So your show, Katz and Cosby, is beating the competition on WOR 5-1.
Is that all?
Wow. I thought it was 50-1.
It doesn't count that we're it doesn't count. It doesn't count. It does not count that we're also on 970.
That's like defeating the other team 49-0. Okay. What do you want to rub it in there, John?
You know he does. By the way, that is great. We knew we were doing well, so thank you for spreading the good news here, too.
Yeah,
Bill, thank you.
Congratulate Sid in the morning, Colossal, Curtis at noon, and, of course, I'm part of that. Curtis will never admit it.
We'll admit it.
And then the nighttime numbers for O'Reilly and Cosby are phenomenal as well.
Wow. Yay.
Everybody says, oh, nobody listens to AM radio at night. No, they are. And so congratulations to WABC. And it's all about the election coverage. That's what my analysis is. The reason that WABC radio is doing so well and attracting listeners not only in New York but all over the country is because we're pretty straightforward in giving out information about the election. We're not in anybody's pocket. And I think that's very important in this day and age.
Yeah, I do too. It's fair. Where, our motto, as you know, Bill, and listen, you do Common Sense with Bill O'Reilly. It's tell the truth, and it's speak as an American, speak as someone who loves the community, loves this country. And I think that's translating, don't you?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Also, the coverage of the Middle East has been very, very good on WABC. And so there's a large Jewish population in New York.
We give them intelligence reports. We give them intelligence reports that Washington doesn't have.
That's right. And the large Jewish population depends on our reporting because they're not going to get that from anyone else. Now, I was listening to Dershowitz at the top of your show, and he was correct in his assessment of the debate a week from today. So September 10th, big day, confronting the president. You guys pick that up in the morning or pre-order it now. And then the debate's at night. Dershowitz said, in case people just tuned in, that Kamala Harris is going to come in with 10 rehearsed answers. And no matter what she's asked, she's going to spit those answers out. And that's true. But what Donald Trump has to do in that debate, and this is the defining moment of the campaign, this is it, is that he himself has to define Kamala Harris. So he can't count on the ABC News people, Muir and Lindsay Davis. I forget her last name.
Lindsay Davis.
Okay. Trump can't count on those two to ask perceptive questions. They're not in the tank. I don't think they're going to try to help Harris, but they're just not as astute in political analysis as they might be. Again, I'm not disparaging them. So what Trump has to do when the microphone is open and he gets to speak is say, before I get to your question, David, I'd like to ask the vice president a very simple question, or maybe you could do it as well. Why, when I left office, was inflation 1.4%, and a year into your administration, madam, it was over 9%? Why did that happen? Can we have that? If Trump would do that 6 times, once on the pricing, once on the border, once on Afghanistan, once on Ukraine, and then coming back to the crime and the social disorder. He would lay out 6 questions in his time because Kamala Harris can't answer any of them. That would turn the tide of the election. That's
why the poll we're taking on WABC, that I don't know how many votes came in, a couple 100,000, that she's not going to show up for the debates, 54%. She is going to show up 45%.
Yeah, or no, the other way around. 54 were agreeing she would not.
She would not.
That's yeah. And then the 45 said yes, she will.
You know why? My opinion, Bill O'Reilly, my opinion is that if she lost the debate as badly as Biden did, she's lost. She's gone. If she doesn't show up because she has COVID or for any other reason, she's hiding in the basement, then she won't lose as many votes.
Do you think she'll show up, Bill? What do you think?
Yes, she'll show up.
Okay.
I'm with Bill. I think Bill's
I think she'll show up.
I got $1 bets with 4 different people.
That's a lot of money.
Wait a second. I'm putting my money up too. She's going to show up.
Now, here's what Dershowitz said earlier in the show. As you know, she said she'll show up. Yeah. But no. But she said Dershowitz said she'll show up. It's how she'll show up. Do you believe that, as you mentioned before, she'll go to these canned answers? See, I think she'll do some of that, Bill, but I think she'll add another layer to it. And I think we're underestimating something. And this is during the primary debates. She did have some zingers, and I'll give her credit. She had some zingers against Biden. She had that famous line of, I was the girl on the bus, during who came back after segregation, I was the one, I was the second one on the bus, remember? And it really was pretty blistering to him. Obviously he ended up picking her, but she's got some zingers, and I think she's going to throw a couple real zingers. That's why she wants those mics unmuted. Your thoughts, Bill?
Yeah, she might, Rita, but it doesn't matter. And she didn't take the bait on the CNN situation when Dana Bash said, what about the skin color remark from Trump? Harris said, I'm not going to talk about it. It's gone. I don't think Harris wants to get into that mud fest because it doesn't help her. What she wants to do is present this nice, wholesome, joyful countenance to the American public. The reason Hillary Clinton lost and Trump beat her in 2016 was that Americans did not like Hillary Clinton. The reason that Trump isn't ahead by 7 points when he should be because of policy is because millions of Americans don't like him. Harris knows that. She's going to come in and try to be Aunt D from the Andy Griffin show, okay? If she could bake everybody a pie, she would. So I don't expect her. She might throw a few at him, trying to provoke him.
Yep.
That's possible. But that's not her game. Her game is, he's the devil. I don't really have to talk about that. You already know it. And I'm joyful. I'm the person who has a buoyant spirit, and I'll help you. Vote for me, Kamala. That's what she's trying to portray.
Yeah, no, listen, I agree. I think it'll be a balance.
I just got an update from Rich Rodabali. Current results, 55% no, she's not going to show up. 45% yes, as of right now.
For our poll on whether Kamala shows up. So
all of you listeners, go out there and go to WABCRadio.com and vote.
Okay. I mean, look, people believe what they want to believe. That's my prevailing wisdom after all these years on the planet. Kamala Harris will show up. She has to show up. The reason is her support, her baseline is very thin. Where Trump's support is rabid. The MAGA people are rabid. Kamala Harris does not have that. She has, I'm not Trump. If she gives people a reason to suspect her, which she would by not showing up to a massive debate, she'll lose.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, Bill, I got one more question. I don't know if you heard the part. We had George Venizelos with us, and he's still in the studio. And George has said to us that the Chinese has infiltrated our Senate, has infiltrated our Congress, has infiltrated our governors. You know, they're all over the place. What do we do?
You can't do anything about that. There's always been spying. The United States has CIA operatives in every country that matters on Earth. And when they're uncovered, and this woman who was arrested lives very near me, by the way. I don't know her. But it's pretty frightening. So when you have a top advisor to both governors, Cuomo and Hochul, and she's taking money from the Chinese government, that's a pretty big deal.
Oh,
but there's nothing
how about the one?
There's nothing you can do.
Yes.
Stop it. It's a crime. She committed a crime. And thank God they found out, but I have to give her due process. I'm sure she'll plead not guilty.
Could you imagine the one Feinstein, Senator Feinstein, a high-up U.S. senator, that her driver for 10 years was listening to her phone calls?
Yeah, and we had the other guy.
Swalwell.
Yeah, who was involved with an affair, right?
Yes, yeah, the fundraiser, Feng Feng.
Yeah, this is always going to be the case. We, the United States, have people in Beijing and Shanghai and Hong Kong. And I don't know what they're doing over there, but I know they're there. So this is the way the Cold War, which is heating up, is waged.
What are you going to be talking about? You're back from vacation. What are you going to be talking about at 9 o'clock on WABCRadio.com, BillO'Reilly.com?
Yeah. I'm taking a surgical approach to this election, not a partisan approach. And tonight we're going to debunk once and for all the accusation against Trump that he called dead U.S. servicemen in Europe losers. That did not happen. Yet Pelosi and others are still running around saying it did happen. Walls is saying it happened. And it's despicable. I'll prove it tonight on Common Sense at 9 o'clock on WABC.
Great. Well, we will definitely be tuning in. Yeah, you always have good stuff. Welcome back, Bill.
I'll be listening. Welcome back.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you having me on, as always.
Always love it. Thanks, Bill.
Want to earn some quick cash? Plato's Closet in West Ashley and North Charleston is stocking up on cute and cozy fall styles. We pay you on the spot for your gently used name brand clothes and accessories. Plus, while you're here, you can stock up on must-have looks for autumn. We're the go-to sustainable shopping spot for teens and young adults. So stop by Plato's Closet in West Ashley and North Charleston today and refresh your wardrobe. Plato's Closet, located in West Ashley on Sam Rittenberg Boulevard and North Charleston on Rivers Avenue.